I gotta get my marker here. Trying to make these things happen quickly. All right, so we're speed graphing. I think I got most everything in. Speed graphing, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. I will be talking for 1 minute here. Get this desk out of the way. All right. So y equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. We are going to be looking at this from the context of two graphs in a moment. But let's look at zero, what's taking place. So 0, 0, 19. So we know our y-intercept is 0, 19. And the question is, how are things changing at that instant? So we'll just go up by 0.001. If I square that, I get 0.001, 6 decimal places. 6x, 3 decimal places, 6 times this. And the 19 doesn't change. So there's no real change there. And I could make this thing as small as I want. So there's really not a lot of contributing change numerically there. You know, the heft of the change is right there. And if we look at 0.006, 0.001 and do the division, well, then we get a rate of change at 6 to 1, which seems to match up with that number. Yeah. Okay, so what does that mean? And how can we use that to our advantage? Well, we can think of this as the addition of two graphs, 6x plus 9 and x squared. And we've just established that 0 squared, that's why it's flat here. There's not much numerical change. We've got to move away from 0 to get area change. You know, in calculus videos, I draw this an awful lot. But as the dimension changes from 0 and goes up 0.001, you get a layer of change. And if there's no area, there's not much to a layer of change. I mean, if I make a smaller square and I still go up by 0.001, well, that width is still the same, but the length of the side of the square is significantly smaller. And if I keep doing that, you know, until I get no area, well, there's no change. So the change is really coming from the linear component. And so if I want to graph this quickly, I know that my y-intercept is on the, can I get this so that you can see it better? I know that that is something that you graph in y equals mx plus b. You've been graphing that in algebra 1 to the point of nausea. So I know I'm going up and I'm at 0, 19. And I know x squared is a cup shape up. And so the upside is on the right. This is going down and then going up. So the upside's on the right. So I can immediately do that, cup shape up on the increasing side. All I'm left with is the vertex. And we know that minus b over 2a gets you the x value. And we've talked about y many times in many videos. I'm not going to talk about y here, but minus 6 over 2 times 1, this is a 1, 2 times 1, is going to get me -3, and that's a good thing because -3 is to the left of 0. And then all I got to do is plug it in. We've looked at the shortcuts, 9 minus 18 plus 19, right? We've looked at that 2 to 1 in many of the videos and why that's true. And so you can either change the first term to -9 or divide the second term by 2, but you get -9 plus 19, which gives me 10. All right, and if you really want to make sure you've got it, 10 to 19 is a change of 9. The quadratic change from -3 to 0 is a 3-unit side of the square. And if I square that, I get 9. And 9 divided by 9 is that coefficient. All right, so now we're going to do 4 more in a row. We're going to look at the speeding up process. And so we'll have at it. 4x plus 9 is a linear function, but I know it's cup shaped down, and I'm on the upside. 4x plus 9 might be somewhere in here where I'm going up at a 4 to 1 ratio. And if I put a 0 in, I get 9. And so now all I have to do is, well, first off, I know if I'm to the right of 0, this is a positive, right? So I don't even care about the negatives anymore. Just going to double the size of that and divide it into 4, and I can see that this is a 1. Right? And if I put a 1 in, minus 2 plus 4 is 2 plus 9 is 11, and I'm done. You know, it's much easier to just sketch the thing than put it in graphing form. So 3x squared. Let's see, I gotta get this a little higher. Cup shape up. So where is 30x? Something going straight up, starting at 0, -7. Well, where am I going straight up? Oh, on the right side. So let's put our 0 here, and let's put our -7, and there's your mx plus b going up at 30 to 1 at that instant. It's not true anywhere else except, no, that's the only time I go up 30 to 1. Over on this side, I'm going down at 30 to 1. We could prove that too. I know my x value is negative, but we'll do minus b over 2a. Minus 30 over 6, -5. We knew it was negative. If I put -5 in, taking the shortcut, I get -150, cutting it in half, -75 minus 7 gets me -82. And just to show one more time, -82 to 7. Oh, I don't like that. 89. 8 and 9, 17, not divisible by 3. So let me backtrack a little bit. So 0, -7. Oh, that's why I wrote 7. It's -7. All right, talking here. All right, maybe you caught that. All right, so -82 to -7 is up 75. The quadratic change from -5 to 0, from -5 to 0, the quadratic change is 25 units. And what's 75 divided by 25, explaining the coefficient of 3. All right. Oh, I want to get through one video where I don't make some careless mistake. There's a lot of numbers in my head. Let me erase this here in case I need a little space. I see cup shape down. I see I'm decreasing at the y-intercept of 7. Where's the decreasing side? The decreasing side is this side. So I can go 0, 7. I'll be all more careful with that number. Ugh. Okay, so which means I got a negative x value. It's got to be to the left of 0. So I'm looking at positive 16 divided by -8. That's minus b. B is -16. That's the opposite, divided by 2 times -4. -2 looks good to me. And so if I put -2 in, I get, I'll do it out, -4 times -2 squared, minus 16 times -2 plus 7. The shortcut of course, would have been cutting this in half. Cutting it in half would have been 16 plus 7. We'll show you how you get there. So this is minus 16. This is positive 32. This is positive 7. Minus 16 plus 32. 16 plus 7. 23. I didn't have to put it in graphing form to graph. It's easier just to sketch. Cup shape up. Yep, you can see it. Cup shape up, but let me get this so I'm not blocking it. All right, 2 is positive, so cup shape up. I'm on the decreasing side. This is always follow graphs from left to right. Fingers going down on the left. 0, 15. X value has to be positive. 12 divided by 4, 3 seems to make that happen. This is -36. I'm taking the shortcut. You don't have to. -18 plus 15 is -3. Checking it very quickly, -3 to 15 is a change of 18. The quadratic chain, 0 to 3 is 9. And there's our explanation again. Rise over run squared as measured from the vertex, and you got some practice. 2 points on the next test.